Hello everyone, I'm Xiao Gang. In this lesson, we'll look at other methods. This method, we call it variable.vrWeb. We call it puberty. It might be some other attribute variables, but we just picked this name randomly. First, let's take a look. That is, we convert it from a floating point type to a something like equals 10^9.3. We convert it into an FString. So actually, like the one we use called float stream, then it can be said that here is an FString, the scattered float. Then here you can pass in this binding point character. And this part is actually a double because there is actually a precision improvement here. It can convert, for example, -123 into 1234, right? And it is not this. Then the minimal numbers of Rachigitas of numbers really have. That is, it should have a 0 padding digit operation, I think. Okay, so this is the first one. Then let's continue writing below. Next, let's move it closer. Let's also add the comment. This is float to variant. Okay, and here. Next is our int 3222 rfa. Actually, let's first define our own int sensor. MyInt equals 99. Okay, our xstyle int time equals. We mainly start from this on FromInt. We pass it in as a parameter. Then we can look at this comment. Well, here, okay, this place is actually the integer passed out, an integer, okay. Then let's continue looking further, and next is this boolean. How do we convert this boolean into a string? We can write it down. We need to write it like this. For boolean, we need to write it like this. It must start with a lowercase b. Then we actually also need a bridge. Fill in this indent here. It actually does a simple three-way operation. We see if it is true. We directly give the string. If it is false, we'll just give it a false subtitle string. Next up is our three-dimensional sales volume. 答题 sample. Convert it to fatten. First, we definitely need an FRotator. For this on Y, we still can't just take our position because we don't have a base point yet. We haven't set a base point here, but that's okay. We'll just initialize it through a function. Just write something random here. Okay, so like this, then we want to get it into a string. So we can take a look at the string called myVito. We directly invoke. It has a ToString method. Okay, here we can see in this place this word tool. Here it is actually also a template. You can see its prototype is right here, and then you can look for it. Right here, it's the string, the text, and these other methods. And note that following this format, you can also init it back. That's no problem. Okay, for FVector. Similarly, we also have this FVector2D. So the same, we write it down. Okay, and for the 2D part here, we call it FVector2D. can mention them together. Okay, here we only need 2 parameters. That should be enough. And the video here we also need to change. Then this card is set. Next is our rotator. The rotator is the same. Add a rotator. My rotator. We also emphasize the order of the rotator's constructors. Actually, you can see here, it has many constructors. Here P, 7D, 8R. Let's just give it 40 DFE, boolean 60点. Then we get this to stream. So the rotator is done. It should be like this. Okay, next is our linen color. Linen color looks like a color. Color related. So we specify a color. We can click to take a look. It is also an RTBA, such a floating point. Then we give it a light color. We give it a blue color. Then we convert it into an FString here. Okay, the last one is quite special. This object, obviously, we can write it like this here. Because this class has an actor, it is actually also an objector. Then we can write it like this. Our actor, new actor. Okay. We give it a my actor. We equal this support. Then for this stream, we write it like this. My actor stream. Okay, we copy this over. We swap this over here. It should just be not equal to null. We can generally use this as long as it is not a control certificate. Okay, then we can look at this lamp method. This returns the name of this object. It is actually here. Returns the logic lamp of this object. Okay. Then while we are at it, we will put it back. We'll finish writing it as well. This places to free. This is equivalent to an FString to bool. Though it actually has many methods. We can directly convert it back. My bank. We can directly use this. This should be. Let's set up a live stream. You can use it. There is a ToBool here. And actually it also has some related stuff about number bases. Everyone can take a look. Then here, we'll finish writing it one by one. Gent and float. Int. Float. Intersensor my banking. Then we use this here. Here we need to use something called FCString. This is a helper class. There is an ATOI here. Then we need to pass the subtitle over. That's it. And for float, it's the same. Well, for this float, let's take a look. Note that here it needs to be like this. That's it. Take a look at this comment. Click over. This is it. It looks like this when you look at it. And you can see that these are mostly used for doing this. Some auxiliary type conversions. We can see this definition. It's essentially a string utility class. For normal use, we use this API. Secondly, it's this ATOF. Here you need to pass in a floating point type string. Okay, so that's done. Actually, there are also some true ones. You can see here. You can click to bring them up. Take a look at true. Hey, there's only one of these. You can see. So what does this do? You can take a look at this. Gamma ray. It actually transfers and stores this string into the buffer. You see the engine. It is generally used like this. Here. Okay, we dare not look. Okay, now let's test it. Similarly, we gave an int a equals 1 here. Then we'll just set a breakpoint here. Let's see what the result of its execution is. Alright, over here, the breakpoint has been hit. We declared a float. Then we first convert it to a string. You can see when converting, there are some extra float digits after it. There's also an issue with precision. And here, we converted it to a string. The string is fine, and here's a boolean. Then this location. You can see the location looks like this. For 2D, just U, X, Y. For rotator, it's P, Y, R. Or even if it's like this, then for this color, you see, it's the RGB value. This blue is 1. Then both the A channel and B channel are 1. Then look at the name of the actor. In the scene, this name is it. XGString actor. But this GetName, you'd better not use this GetName in general. For LAM, we have a given display lem. Anyway, when you use this LAM, you need to be more careful because it may not be what you think. It may not be complete. It won't achieve the result you want. Yes, don't turn this LAM into that kind of unique identifier like Agator. This might cause some issues. Potential problems will occur. And here, convert it back. You see, this side is true, and this side is int, and this is float. Hey, convert it back here, because we all know float has this precision issue, so the entire conversion is roughly like this. It should be fine, and everyone doesn't really need to memorize it. When you use it, you can just look it up.